Շնորհակալություն ԱՄՆ Անկախության օրվա մեր վիրտուալ տոնակատարությանը հետևելու համար և սկիզբում իհարկե կչեն Հայաստանի և Միացյալ Նահանգների օրհներգերը Արևիկ Գրիգորյանի և Մայքլ Մայոյի կատարմամբ
Ողջույն, ես Արևիկ Գրիգորյանն եմ, ջերմ շնորհավորանքներս ԱՄՆ-ի Անկախության տոնի առթիվ։ Մեր հայրենիք ազատ անկախ, որ ապրել է դարեդար, յուր որդիքը արտկանչում է ազատ անկախ Հայաստան, յուր որդիքը արտկանչում է ազատ անկախ Հայաստան, ահա եղբայր քեզ մի դրոշ, որ իմ ձեռքով գործեցի, գիշերները ես քունչեղա, արտասուքով լվացի, գիշերները ես քունչեղա, արտասուքով լվացի, նայր նրան երեք գույնով, նվիրական մեկ նշան, թող փախփախի թշնամու դեմ, թող միշտ պանծա Հայաստան, թող փախփախի թշնամու դեմ, թող միշտ պանծա Հայաստան.
Hi, my name is Mೈքլ Մայոյի. A few years ago, I had the honor of coming to Armenia and singing with the Armenia State Jazz Band. I have so many amazing memories of coming to Armenia and just being in your beautiful country and meeting so many wonderful people. And I'm coming to you virtually from New York City right now, and I'll be singing the United States National Anthem in celebration of US Independence Day. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Տոնի առիթով այցելիկ ունի Հայաստանում Միացյալ Նահանգների դեսպան Lynne M Թրեյսիին.
Hello, and welcome to our virtual celebration marking the 244th anniversary of U.S. independence. Throughout the day, we will post several more videos featuring our alumni and some of the American musical acts that have performed in Armenia in past years. We will even conclude with a fireworks show, so stay tuned throughout the day. These are challenging times as we are all fighting COVID-19 and seeking to keep our citizens, communities, friends, and families safe and healthy. I am grateful to the Foreign Minister for his virtual presence and remarks at our celebration. I also greatly appreciate the good wishes of our colleagues in government, civil society, U.S. exchange program alumni, the business community, and so many Armenian citizens. These messages underscore the breadth and strength of the U.S.-Armenian relationship. We are proud of this partnership and what we are accomplishing together, even in the face of a global pandemic, to support the Armenian people's call for reform. Many understand the 4th of July as a day to celebrate America's independence with parties, speeches, cake, and fireworks, which it is. But it is also about much more than that. The 4th of July is a day to remember the ideals upon which the United States of America was founded. It is a day for Americans to rededicate themselves to the difficult work of making sure all citizens can experience those ideals. First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "For our own success to be real, it must contribute to the success of others." The American story of democracy is one of principles, but it is also one of struggle. In particular, the struggle to ensure equal rights and justice for all Americans. In this pursuit, we have often fallen short. This year, Independence Day is occurring in the shadow of the senseless killing of George Floyd and too many other African Americans. And against this backdrop, there are widespread, largely peaceful protests calling for an end to systemic racism. As we celebrate the 244th year of American independence, we must remember that the enslavement of over 500,000 Black Americans at the founding of the United States created a bitter and enduring legacy of racial discrimination. American history is filled with the stories of struggle and progress as we have wrestled with this terrible legacy, and as we have sought to hold ourselves and our government accountable to our ideals and the principle of equal rights and justice for all. As the great statesman and abolitionist Frederick Douglass put it so clearly, if there is no struggle, there is no progress. Power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did, and it never will. What is clear today in 2020 is that the struggle to uphold the basic promise of equal rights and equal treatment for all Americans is not over. We still have work to do to move toward that more perfect union outlined in the Constitution. This is a responsibility shared by all citizens in a democracy. It is we the people who must do the work. This responsibility to participate, to engage, to use our voices, to strive for better, and to take action is shared among young and old alike in democracies around the world. Indeed, we saw the people of Armenia seize this responsibility 2 years ago, peacefully taking to the streets to hold their government accountable, and we support their quest today as Armenians continue the vital work of charting a democratic course for their country. In the United States, we are blessed that new generations of Americans have always stood ready to shoulder the responsibility of building a more perfect union. The eloquent words of Rosa Parks, a heroine of the civil rights movement, remind us that we are here on the planet Earth to live, grow up, and do what we can to make this world a better place for all people to enjoy freedom. These are words by which we can rededicate ourselves today on the 244th anniversary of American independence to uphold and more perfectly realize the most fundamental ideal of our democracy, that all people are created equal and entitled to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Let me close by wishing a happy 4th of July to our American citizens and our colleagues and friends across Armenia who are celebrating with us today. Happy Independence Day.
Իսկ այժմ իր ողջույնի խոսքին է հեղում Հայաստանի արտաքին գործերի նախարար Զոհրաբ Մնացականյան.
Dear Americans, I take great pleasure in joining you for the virtual celebration of the 244th Independence Day of the United States. The current global instability caused by the COVID-19 pandemic has affected normalcy of our lives. Being unable to share a traditional live celebration with our friends from the United States Embassy, I address you with this video message and extend to you our warmest congratulations and best wishes as you celebrate the 4th of July. Over 100 years ago, the Republic of Armenia and the United States established diplomatic relations for the first time. Thereupon, our nations maintain a unique connection marked by mutual sympathy and trust. Since Armenia's independence in 1991, our two nations have been working closely to lay the foundations for a collaborative partnership in many fields, including regional and global security, fight against terrorism, non-proliferation and peacekeeping. In the past few years, Armenia has made remarkable progress towards democratic development, creating new opportunities for a much stronger partnership and cooperation between our nations. Our political relations were raised to the level of a strategic dialogue with the inaugural session convened in Yerevan in May 2019. We value the engaging character of our renewed dialogue, which enables us to discuss and expand our current common agenda. We appreciate the U.S. annual bilateral financial assistance to Armenia, including the recent assistance package of $5.4 million US, which is part of the global effort to combat the pandemic. I'd also like to take this opportunity on behalf of the Armenian government and our people to once again convey our respect and gratitude to the U.S. House of Representatives and the Senate for passing two landmark resolutions on the Armenian genocide. As a strong advocate for the protection of international human rights, Armenia stands ready to work with the United States on ensuring that crimes against humanity are prevented and condemned. With this vision in mind, Armenia joined the US-led Alliance to Protect Religious Freedoms, and we look forward to work with our US colleagues towards ensuring the protection of religious minorities in the Middle East, a key to stability in our broader neighborhood. We deeply appreciate the consistent effort of the United States in its capacity as one of the three OSCE Minsk Group co-chairs for the peaceful resolution of the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict and the establishment of lasting peace and stability in our region. For the Armenian people, the unresolved conflict remains a critical challenge for the very physical security of our compatriots in Nagorno-Karabakh. We aim at a just and peaceful resolution of the conflict in which the security of Nagorno-Karabakh and its status, without limitations, represent the highest priorities. I also want to acknowledge the important role of the Armenian Americans in forging stronger friendship and cooperation between our nations. They are dedicated citizens and patriots of the United States, their adopted home. They have successfully integrated in the fabric of the American society. Remaining strongly attached to their identity and civilizational roots as Armenians, they stand out in many ways as direct participants in building the partnerships in practically every field of our bilateral cooperation. Once again, a very happy birthday to the land of liberty and democracy, and happy Independence Day to our American friends. My heartfelt wishes for peace, growth, and prosperity of your distinguished nation. I express my words of encouragement to all Americans during these challenging times caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. The people and the government of the United States have demonstrated time and again their perseverance, capacity, and collective spirit in the face of challenge. I am confident that a festive spirit that usually accompanies the 4th of July celebrations remains as strong as ever. Long live the United States of America, long live Armenia, and long live the Armenian-American friendship.
Սրանով տոնակատարությունը պաշտոնական մասն ավարտում է, սակայն օրվա ընթացքում մենք կշարունակենք հուլիսիչ որասին տոնին առանջվող տեսանյութեր ներկայացնել ուծի վերադարձեք ավելին տեսնելու համար։ Շնորհակալություն։